Hello, this video is for Miss Weatherby's virtual career day. My name is Crystal Vargo Ward, and I'm currently the assistant principal at Manchester School. Starting in the fall, this will be my 6th year at Manchester. And previous to that, I was a teacher in the district for over 20 years. I started at the primary school teaching first and second grade, and then moved up to teach fifth grade for 2 years at Manchester, and completed my last 12 years of teaching at the middle school, teaching sixth and seventh grade. So, one of the things that I constantly say is that once a teacher, always a teacher, because the skills that I learned as a teacher are skills that I still use every day in my role as school administrator. And thinking back to my own schooling, not everyone has to know what they want to be at 5 years old, but I was one of those kids when I started school. I loved it and decided that I would be a teacher. And my sister and I still joke today about the many days we spent playing school, and she always laughs and said, "And you always had to be the teacher." So early on, it was just an instinct for me, just something that I knew I had to do. After high school, I started at the University of Southern Maine, right here in Portland and Gorham, and I got my bachelor's degree. It's called the Bachelor's of Science in Education. And right after that, got a job, my first job in Wyndham, teaching second grade, and have been here ever since. And going into administration, I did need to go back to school, and I got another degree, a master's degree, for educational leadership to become a school leader. And many of the skills that I use in my job are skills that you really need to have in every job. And I'm just going to hold this up. So really, the biggest one for me is knowledge of teaching and how students learn. That is something that I use in my job every single day. I'm always walking around into classrooms, watching teachers teach and watching students interact with one another and learn from their teachers, but also from their students. And I also need to be able to communicate effectively and work collaboratively with others. And as I go around every day into classrooms or walk around the school, I see that happening a lot, a great deal. And I also need to have active listening skills. So I can't be a know it all and always walk into meetings and be the only one talking. I have to make sure that I listen carefully to what others are saying, hear what others are saying so that I can respond effectively. And nowadays, boy, we need to have technology skills. And because of this closure, I have really learned some new technological skills that will follow me after this ends. I'm really proud of some of the technological skills I've gained after this. And being a school leader, but again, in many other professions, I need decision making skills and problem solving skills. So, as a school leader, I need to be helpful in that and be ready to make decisions when decisions are needed, and also help to problem solve situations within schools. It could be with adults, but oftentimes it is with students, helping students through certain problems. That is a big part of my job. And I really, again, need lots of strategies, and I continue to learn these every day. Lots of strategies to help teachers and students. So my job is way beyond teaching now. I still do a lot of teaching, but it's also around helping others, looking at schools, what's happening in the school, making changes, making decisions as needed. There are a lot of responsibilities, but a lot of what you see here are a lot of skills that are needed for every job. So my typical day is busy. Looks very different right now. Still busy, but my typical day in school, when we are in school, is moving around, interacting with students and interacting with teachers. It's not a job of just sitting at my desk and reading emails or um, getting organized. It involves more than that. It's about being visible in the classrooms, interacting with teachers and students. It involves working with other adults. It involves problem solving throughout the day. I love being out at recess. Part of my day is to go out and be visible on the playground, interact with students, interact with adults, check out the playground, see if anything's needed. But day to day, a lot of different things can be happening. There are a lot of organizational things and planning that we do need to spend time in the office to do, to plan for new students, to plan for programming, to plan for instruction. So there is a lot of planning and organizing involved too. But two big messages as I continue in my career path. The two things that I really want to make sure you walk away with when you think about or start thinking about what careers you're interested in is to love what you do. Really think about what is your passion, and really you want to go to work every morning happy to go to work. So one of my messages is to always love what you do. And in my job, I always used to say, if I stop learning or think that there's nothing else to learn, then it's probably time for me to be done or to think about a different career choice. So, one of the things that no matter what job you have is to be a lifelong learner. So, I'm constantly reading books, I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly open to trying new things. I'm constantly open to wanting to get better at the job that I am doing. So I know that it's still the job for me and there's still lots for me to learn. And that's exciting. I love to learn new things, and I think it's great when I do learn something, and that something can be something I learned from a teacher or something I learned from a student. But every day in my job, I do go home and reflect upon, what is something that new that I learned today, and it could have been about a student, and just something that a student taught me or a teacher taught me. Oh wow, I never did that when I was a teacher. That would be something cool to try. And again, but most importantly, is to love what you do. So I hope that this series that Miss Weatherby has done with you really gets you thinking about some career choices down the road, but really, what is it that you love to do, or that you're good at doing, that might be part of a job that you choose, a job or a career that you choose to do someday. So thanks for listening.